What's up, crypto heads? Quick video on crypto terminology. First, we're gonna take a look at the market cap: 296 billion. Bitcoin trading at 98. Ethereum $436. Bitcoin Cash 1,300. Let's look at BitConnect. BitConnect moved up to 17 from 22. Still looking good on the charts, man. So let's get into it. Without further ado. Alright, the crypto terminology, man. My number one for the crypto terminology is gonna be FOMO. Short form for fear of missing out. The feeling when you see a huge green candlestick on the chart, you don't own that coin, so you sell other coins or other things to buy into that coin because you're freaking out. FOMO, number one. Let's stay away from the FOMO, guys. We don't want to trade with emotions. We don't want to buy coins with emotions. So let's stay away from FOMO. That's number one. Number two on the list is FUD. Short form for fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Usually used in the form, let's say, Tim is spreading FUD again. So Tim is on social media. Tim is in his own community, spreading FUD. So what Tim is doing, actually, Tim is giving out information that he is in doubt about, or he is uncertain about. So he's really not sure about the information he's giving out. So Tim is spreading FUD. Number three, ATH, short form for all-time high, meaning the highest historical price for a specific coin. So, for instance, Bitcoin was a couple of weeks ago. It was about $7,000. After the fork, it went moon, reached all-time high, or HTH, of about $11,000. So, all-time high, historical price of a Pacific coin, highest historical price for a Pacific coin. Wells, number four, Well, a huge player who has a substantial amount of capital. Wells often are the market movers for small altcoins due to their huge capital. So, I'm gonna read that again. Well, a huge player who has substantial amount of capital. Whales are often the market movers for small altcoins due to their huge capital. So whales are the people in the market with a lot of money. So they can manipulate the price, either going up or going down. So that goes to number 5 on the list, pump and dump. So what the whales do, if they're interested in a certain coin, the whale will increase the volume. So he'll buy a lot of the coins, put a lot of money into that specific coin, peak the volume, increase the volume, make the price go up, get other people to come in and buy, and then he'll sell. He'll dump it. So if you got it after him, then you basically lose money. Number 5 on the chart is going to be long. So if I was trading and I did my due diligence and I picked the coin that I wanted to trade, for instance, Bitcoin. Bitcoin would be a coin that I would take a long position in. So I will hold that position, assuming that it's going to rise in the future as far as the price. So the definition, a position that a trader takes To take a long position on something is to believe its value will rise in the future. So if I came into the crypto space and I first bought Bitcoin when it was trading at $500, and I bought in and I say, well, I believe in the project. I really want to hold this coin. I really think it's going to increase. I really think it's going to go to $1,000 soon. So I take a long position. I hold it and basically swing trade it. I buy it at a specific price and I hold it, assuming that it's going to increase in price. Short, number 7 on the list. A position taken by traders. To take a short position on the coin is believe its value will fall in the future. So this, so what I do, this typically like day trading. So I buy a coin at a specific price, and once it get to a certain point, I take my profits and then I'll sell it because I believe that it's going to drop or it's going to be lower than the closing price is going to be lower than the price that I paid for. Or I just buy it, cut my profits, and just sell. Not necessarily saying that I believe in this coin or that I really want to hold this coin for the future, because I don't see value in the coin. So I'll take a short position just to get a couple of percent gain, and I'll sell it. Number 8 on the list is limit order. A limit order, an order placed at a future price that will execute when the price target is hit. When the price target is hit, I'm sorry. So if I was on the exchange and I see Litecoin was $70 and I wanted to pay $69 for it, I didn't want to pay $70. I felt like $69 was a better price. I put a limit order in. So if Litecoin was to get to $69, then my broker will automatically place that order for me for $69. Altcoin, number 9. Altcoin is any coin other than Bitcoin. So if you look at the coin market cap, Bitcoin number 1, because it's the base of the cryptocurrency. Any of the other coins are considered altcoins. So we have over 1,000 altcoins. Bitcoin is the main coin of cryptocurrency. Any other coin is considered an altcoin, no matter what number it is on the chart. If it's not Bitcoin, it's an altcoin. Number 10, circulating supply. The price of a coin has a meaning on its own. However, the price of a coin, when manipulated, and multiplied by the circulating supply, gives you the coin market's cap. So, circulating supply is kind of self-explanatory. It's the amount of coins that's in circulation. So the amount of coins that's actually being traded, being sold, and bought. Let's go over circulating supply. Bitcoin circulating supply 16 million at the moment. Number 11, market cap. A stock's market cap refers to the market value of the company's outstanding shares in cryptocurrency market. The market cap is used to illustrate a coin's dominance in the entire cryptocurrency market. So, market cap. This number right here tells you how strong the coin is, basically. If you look on the chart, we're looking at the chart right now. Bitcoin has the highest market cap. Bitcoin is the strongest. That's why all the other coins are considered altcoins. The market cap determines the dominance of the coin. Number 12, ICOs, short form for initial coin offering, which takes a page from the initial IPOs. Investors know coins bought during the ICO are usually sold for a profit when the coin first hit the exchange. This is due to the initial hype, which increases demand for the coin. So ICOs are, so they have these ICOs before the coin hit the exchange. The coin is normally a lot cheaper, and during the ICO phase, the ICOs help the company fund the project. So if I was a company and I was coming out with a new body cam, I would have an ICO to fund the project for the body cam. So it could consist of buying equipment, upgrading my technology, security, be a number of things. But ICOs are used to fund the project, and they're usually sold for a profit when the coin first hit the exchange. So if I buy the coin for 1 penny during the ICO, when it hit the exchange, it go to $1. I cut my profits. What I would do if I had 1,000 shares, and if I bought 1,000 shares during the ICO, and the coin was a penny during the ICO phase, when it hit the exchange and it went to $1, I would sell half of my position for the $1 just to cut my profits. And if I really believed in the coin, then I'll hold the other half. I go along with the other half. But if it's just for me just trying to make some money, then I'll sell the whole position. So it's totally up to you. I don't recommend getting into ICOs if you're new to trading or if you're new to the cryptocurrency space, because ICOs are very volatile. You can make a lot of money. I've seen ICOs 480%, 1,000% gains, but you also can lose a lot of money very fast. They are very volatile, so normally they don't have a lot of volume, so you may buy it and that might be hard for you to get out of that trade. So just be careful with them ICOs. Number 13 on the list is BTD. Buy the dip. Buy the dip, man. Buy the dip, man. Buy the dip. Buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip. Buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip. Number 13, please buy the dip. When people are running around selling because of fear, FOMO, number 1 on the list, this is the time to buy. Buy the dip, buy the dip. So when everybody's scared, selling because of they're watching the chart and they seeing that the candlesticks dropping too far for them, or whatever the case may be, buy the dip, man. So if you buy at a low price, you sell high, you gain. It's really not rocket scientists. You always want to buy low and sell high. That's just business. So if I was selling pencils, and I can buy a case of pencils from a wholesaler, I can buy a case of them for $5, and you can go to Walmart and buy 5 pencils for $5, then you'll want to buy the lowest price so you can sell it at a high price. Same thing with the cryptocurrency. When you're watching your charts and the price drop, buy. When I see the market in the red, that lets me know that's the time to buy. People are scared, people are trading, people are selling, people are running. So that's the time I buy, man. So what I do, you buy the rumor, sell the news. So when everybody run around scared, that's basically the rumor, the catalyst. So you buy. And then if the news hit and it's good news, which is going to be a good catalyst, which is going to manipulate your price, then when your price rise, you sell. But number 13, buy the dip. When people run around selling because of fear, this is the time to buy. Number 14 on the list is Moon. Extremely bullish upward movement of a coin. So when you see a coin that is at a penny and it goes to $1, that coin is Moon. Extreme bullish upward movement of that coin. Let's go to the market cap. Let's see if I can find a coin that is Moon. Bridge coin. Yeah, Bridge coin. That's not bad. It had a nice little run. So you see right here, this coin is trading November 20th. It was trading at 13 cents. It had a little high about 28 cents. Pulled back. Nice little correction. Started trading sideways a little bit. And it tested the 28 about right here. So about 27, 28 was a resistance line. Pulled back again. And then November 30th, like right now, is Moon. It's on the rise. So if you were to buy, if you would have bought in about 20 cents, and you would have held it, like right now, it says 65 cents. So let's say, let me go to percentage calculator. From 20 to 65, 225% gain. So, I mean, you don't see those type gains in forex trading, penny stocks, ETFs, none of that. You know, cryptocurrency is going to be the only space that you see a 225% gain in a single trade. Like you could have day trade, like you could have took a short position in this. You could have bought in at 19 cents on the 27th. You could have bought in. Well, it was 19 cents. You could have bought in at the 19 cent, and you could have held it until it hit this 65 and sold. That'd have been a nice little gain for you. Yeah, so that's Moon. When the coin is extremely bullish upward movement of a coin, that's Moon. Weak hands, number 15 on the list. Weak hands, those are those who can't be patient and sell at loss when the market is down. So Well, if you're watching your charts and you notice that where you think that the coin is bearish, um, sometimes it's good to be patient because you can sell too early. So yeah, those who are not patient and sell at a loss or sell for a loss when the market is down, those are the people that are considered weak hands in the crypto space. So yeah, you always want to do your due diligence. You always want to do your technical analysis. Pay attention to your moving averages, your RSI, your MACD. Those indicators kind of tell you what's kind of give you an indication of what's about to happen. I mean, you can't solely rely on the indicators, but I mean, kind of solid though. I mean, if you pay attention to the indicators, then 9 times out of 10 you about know where the price going. You can use your VWAP. That'll also help you. The VWAP, that's volume weighted average price. So your indicators will help you, so you can try to stay away from having weak hands. You don't always want to sell, even if it's trending downward, like it's on a downward trend. It could hit the old support, or it could make a new support and bounce and go moon or trend sideways. So you always, I mean, you don't want to sell too early, but you don't want to sell too late neither. That's why I put a stop. I mean, a stop order in. So if the price go below a certain price that I'm willing for it to go below, then it'll automatically sell for me. So say if I bought a coin at $1, so I determine. So before I make the trade, I determine where I'm gonna buy at. I buy at $1. I know where I'm gonna sell at to cut my to take my profits. So if I wanted to do 100% profit, or if I wanted to do 100% gain, if I buy at $1, I sell at $2, and then to cut my losses, so I won't lose as much in that trade. If I buy at $1, I may cut my losses at say 80 cents. I may drop it down to 80 cents. Say if it dropped below 80 cents, automatically take me out the trade. So it's like 20%. I mean, a 2% loss. Excuse me. So yeah, know where you gonna buy, know where you gonna sell, know where you gonna cut your losses. So that's how you maximize your loss, or minimize your loss. I'm sorry, that's how you minimize your loss. That's how you keep your losses as small as possible. You don't want to blow your portfolio all on one trade, so you just gotta know where you want to sell. Like, you gotta figure out what's a substantial amount that you can lose per trade, if that's what you're trying to do, if you're day trading, or even if you're like taking a long position. Know where you want to cut your losses so you won't blow your portfolio. Number 16 on the list is bearish. This is the reason why people have weak hands, because of bearish. So if you see a coin and it's dropping extremely low, it's just last couple of days have been on a downward trend, then that coin is considered bearish. Let's see if I can find one that's bearish. Let's see if we can find a bearish coin. And this is how I find my, like if I was doing day trading, like if I was on the day trade a coin, this is where I would go to day trade a coin. So yeah, this is bearish. This is when the coin first hit the exchange after the ICO. It was trading for 64 cents, about 65 cents. Traded that. Then it made a new high of 77 cents, so about 80 cents. When it first hit the exchange, it was trading at 61 cents, pulled back, dropped to 40. Looked like 40 cents was a support line. Bounced. Traded, bounced. It never made it back to the old high. Had another pullback, and then it made a new high of 87 cents. And then from the 87 cents, it was on a downward trend from there. So this will be considered bearish. Whenever you're making lower lows and lower highs, you are bearish. Lower lows, lower highs, bearish. New highs and new lows is bullish. Lower lows and lower highs is bearish. If you found this video as val, you can hit the like button, subscribe, share, hit the bell to get the future videos. And until then, keep it crypto.